Racism has persevered through decades of America's history by way of a system. The most pertinent part of this system being affirmative action programs in education. These programs promote racial tension by reinforcing race consciousness. Countless schools and communities have benefited from diversity. Affirmative action programs must continue to be implemented throughout the country. However, their assessment criteria should be modified to better accommodate the needs of today's society. Race and gender should not be the sole selection criteria as it was decades ago in selection for college admissions, awarding grants, and other types of financial aid. This is why assessment on the basis of merit, economic standing, and place instead of race deserves to be factors taken into account in affirmative action criteria. First, an ideal admission system would consider merit, not just grades and test scores and leadership, but all of those things in the context of what obstacles a student had to overcome in life. In addition, race is the determining factor in college admission policies today. Our current policies only serve to promote poverty. This is why it is more important to assess the socioeconomic standing of applicants rather than focusing on the pigmentation of their skin. Second, admissions criteria should be based on socioeconomic standing rather than being solely based on race. Imagine a white child who has a father in jail and a mother that is an alcoholic. Despite his odds, he gets good grades and is a stellar student. With our current affirmative action policies, a middle-class, mediocre black child would receive the educational benefits instead of the child who really needed them to further his education. Finally, assessment criteria should also be based on the geographical region an individual emanates from. This differential experience of place greatly affects opportunity. Exposure to extensive poverty is the norm for most blacks and Latinos, while the opposite is true for most whites and Asians. An admissions process that examines the extent of poverty in the area compared to other regions and makes a decision from this data would benefit those who need and deserve affirmative action the most. Now I would like to show you all a short clip from a video I watched earlier. I really like what she says, and I hope it rings and resonates throughout.
We have to begin to heal this country. Set it on a new course of fairness. And if we continue to have the situation now of sequestered advantages for people who are already advantaged, opportunity hoarding, I call it, I think we'll have given up on the idea of America, and I'm not ready to do that. So, I take heart in the fact that your generation will be better. The first generation in American history where no one group is dominant. You will be better. But you won't realize your potential if you don't consciously try to build multiracial coalitions for the common good. Now, I won't burden you with leadership, but I will expect you to join a multiracial coalition for fairness that attacks the separate and unequal system that we have today. So, put on your armor. Prove others wrong in their assumptions about you. Find your multiracial army and fight together for the country you deserve. Thank you.
The solution to the affirmative action debate is to base the program not on group conditions but on individual need. We also need to get rid of our individual unconscious race biases. And if these are met, affirmative action then becomes a program to help the socially disadvantaged of any color based on individual need and not on group factors of race, national origin, or sex. Thank you.